folks, I'm back. Sorry for the absence, but I am back. Took me a little bit over the last couple of days to get over, death in the family. But I am here, and hopefully you'll come back and join me. Today is Thursday, May 15th, 2025, and today's Daily Bread title topic and focus is such glorious knowledge. Um, good scripture set for the day. It actually linked up with the sermon that I watched a couple of days ago. When I was on, I had watched a sermon that was hosted by Summit Church in Kernersville, North Carolina. It's a multi-part series. It's called Make or Break, and I watched week two today, and the scripture is exactly out of Second Corinthians as well. And today's daily bread is Second Corinthians 12th chapter as well, and it reads, "I will boast all the more gladly about my weaknesses, so that Christ's power may rest on me." Very, very fitting for not only the season that I'm in right now, the sermon that I watched that I was directed to, and how I kind of feel that I'm feeling right now. It says, "What experiences from God do you find impossible to put into words?" And that's the first of two reflection questions from our daily bread. Our daily bread. Um, and I would say the feeling, when I first listen to the Our Daily Bread. I pull it up every morning. I watch it on my phone, or I pull it up on my phone and I listen to the devotional. But this morning, that question didn't really resonate with me. But as I reflected on it throughout the day, um, and I looked at it a little while ago, what experiences from God do you find impossible to put into words? And I would be able to say now the experiences, some of the experiences of pain. I mean, my response, I could guess that's the best way. My response to pain, and when I say pain, not talking about physical pain, I'm talking about emotional pain. Um, you know, the loss that we suffered, I knew, yeah, yeah, it's a family member, my aunt, I love her. Definitely gonna miss her, but I wasn't aware of how it would affect me and my mood. So the last couple of days, it was like, I didn't feel depressed, I guess, in the sense that, I would think you feel when you're depressed. Hey, Riley. But looking back, I was like stuck in the bed. I was just eating, and I'm not really a emotional eater, I didn't think. But hey, I know we do change as we go through life. So yeah, I was eating junk and I was stuck in the bed watching TV. What's up, XXP? I don't know. I didn't think I would feel depressed. I didn't think I was feeling depressed at the time, but now looking back, Quentin, what up? Thanks for coming in. Now looking back, I'm pretty confident that I've been depressed over the last 2 days. Um, Last week, my aunt passed away. We had the funeral on Tuesday. It's always, when they close the casket, um, for that, I don't know, that right there has always got me, when they, finally close the casket. It's like that, last time that you'll see them, it really sets in. So that definitely was like a pivotal moment, and it was hard, but I wasn't, um, I guess, prepared for the way it would affect me afterwards. And what I kind of think is I was trying to be strong for everybody in the family over the last week as we prepared for her services and we got things in order. And then, I feel the last 2 days like I was just mentally, emotionally drained. So I was like stuck in the bed and prayerful, definitely. I continue to pray to the Lord to, hey, give me the strength, make it clear, help me understand. And yeah, I think I was a little depressed though. Hopefully, I can continue to shake it off because he did give me the strength to get up out of bed. Like I missed my workout the last 2 or 3 days. Um, I didn't do live. Like I said, I was eating terrible, and just sleeping, eating, watching movies, and maybe that's what I needed. The Lord said, hey, this is what you need to rest your mind, rest your body, rest your soul. Thank you. I'm glad you like my hat. And yeah, I think that's what it is. But the second reflection question out of our daily bread says, how have these experiences changed you? And I would definitely say it's made me, at least for now, more aware that, you know, we all, I mean, myself, I mean, definitely, am, human. I'm saying I'm not invincible. I definitely need to rely on the Lord for strength at times. And I know I did throughout this past week, praying for strength to help me endure, you know, what we were going through as far as planning, to help me endure different interactions with other, various family members and all. But like I said, I wouldn't say I was blindsided, but I definitely wasn't prepared for how it would affect me over the last 2 days. But it has allowed me to know that God has my back throughout, and that's one of the things that kind of resonated with me this morning. Although I didn't feel that I was depressed when I was going through it, now that I look back and see it, I know God was with me throughout. So that comforts me to know that, mountaintops, valleys, and everything in between, He's continually with me. He's continually with you. You just have to have that personal relationship with Him. So I'm back. I'm back, is what I can say. I'm back. And it's thanks to the Lord for giving me the strength, and giving me the understanding of how this life, and as I go through this life with a personal relationship with Jesus, is going to be. It's not going to be free of trials and tribulations, but when I go through those trials and tribulations, He'll give me everything that I need to endure. And that was today's Daily Bread title, topic, and focus, and also the sermon. So it was hosted by Pastor Jonathan Robbins. He's from Summit Church in Kernersville, North Carolina. As I said, it was a multi-part series. It's called Make or Break, and week 2 was the one that I watched today, and it talked about pain. It talked about how pain is one of the tools that God uses to strengthen us, to forge us in the fire. Your response to the pain, is a choice. And I'm saying you can choose to let it bury you. You can choose to let it, overwhelm you. Or you can choose to let it empower you and strengthen you so that you can move through it. And it was very, very appropriate. Like I had planned on watching it. Actually, I started earlier in the week watching the series. I watched part 1 today. Part 2 was right on time. It was what I needed to hear to allow me to know, hey, this is what I'm going through. I'm going through grief in the way that I grieve. Everybody's different. Everybody goes through it differently. And, even though I know I feel strong and in my mind, I think I'm strong, different things are going to affect you differently, um, individually and collectively. But one of the things that I know that allowed me to endure was the prayer relationship with the Lord. Even though, like I said, I was stuck in bed, I didn't do my workout like I usually do. I did continue to pray and try to stay as close to Jesus and um, my scripture, the daily bread as I could. And, it worked. It helped me out. So this is definitely a teachable moment. That's what I think it was, a teachable moment. God teaching me to, you know, stay on my non-negotiables. I have to stay on those, and they are reading or listening to our daily bread every day. That starts my day, guides me in a positive way. I got scripture in throughout the day. I did watch a couple different sermons actually at the repast from the funeral. One of my cousins shared her church that she goes to, and it's down in Charlotte. And I actually watched them yesterday. And I encourage you guys, please share me a church, share a church with me. I like to watch the various churches. I like to kind of, see what's out there. I mean, I know what's here in the area. I know what I watch on YouTube. But I know there's got to be something that you guys can share with me that I haven't seen. Hey, Chloe, what's up? I ain't seen you in a long time. Um, I'm glad you're back. Share a church. I know you shared stuff with me all the time, but if anybody else is in the room, share a church with me. Somebody that you watch online, somebody that maybe what I'm talking about that I'm going through right now. A sermon that it hits right on the head about grief and pain and these things that'll help me get over this hump. I do feel like I'm out, of the kind of the I wouldn't say overwhelming sense, but the heavy, heavy feeling of just low. I was in a low mood. Um, and I do feel a little bit better, especially in front of the camera with you guys. Listening to me rant, and I hope you guys share some stuff. What you've been dealing with? You've been dealing with some stuff about. Um, well, I'm glad that you're back. Hopefully, that stuff that you're dealing with, strengthens you. That's what we're talking about. You kind of missed the beginning of this, but I'm going through some stuff as well, and we all are probably going through some stuff. It's just some people internalize it. Some people are very stoic about what they're going through. Some people share it and are open. So whatever your coping mechanism is, we're all going through things, and that's one of the things that life is going to bring. So the more you live, the more you will have trials and tribulations. The more you have a personal relationship with Christ, the more you'll be able to endure. And speaking of that, one of the scriptures that I was reminded about, it's been one of my favorites, but I was reminded through the sermon that I watched today, was James, um, first chapter. James, first chapter, second through fourth verse. And it reads, consider it pure